Going on YouTube, talking swim baits one more time about this guy right here. This is the 6th Sense flow glider. This is a 5.1 inch bait, weighs 1.6 ounces. Not a whole lot of movement in the tail, super tight S. Doesn't really have that really wide glide to it. It's really tight. Just a little bit of wobble, a little bit of wiggle. It's got like a hard rubber kind of plastic tail. Doesn't say the size of the hooks, but these are definitely mustad triple grip hooks, which I like. Super heavy duty. This one is the shad color, so cool little smaller glide bait. Not very expensive, pretty affordable. Did a little underwater test video of this so you can see what this guy looks like. It does not come with a egg snap, but I actually used an egg snap like I got on this lure right here. I used that snap on it. I found that it gave it a little bit better action. You can't really twitch this thing and jerk it because it's got a really tight action. It doesn't really do anything. If you twitch it, it just goes straight. It doesn't really veer off to the side, but definitely a cool, smaller glide bait. Did an underwater video so you can see what it looks like. I also got a cast to catch on this of about a 4-pounder on this, so decent little fish. I was using a smaller setup, not my regular swim bait rod setup. And it's middle of January and it's about 85 degrees out here, burning up. So I'm using a medium, like a crankbait rod, like with a Dobbins crankbait rod. Little lighter line. I think I'm using 14 or 17 pound fluoro. So the lighter line you use, the better this thing's going to perform. It's not a big, thick, heavy line, big swim bait rod bait. It's more of a, I'd call this like a, I would actually call this a finesse glide bait. So pretty cool though. 6 Sense flow glider in the shad pattern. Check one out. Nice. Yeah, man. Cool, cool, cool. Look at that one right there, boy. 6 cents flow glider. Cool little glide bait. Probably 4 pounds maybe. Water's very cold. Let's look at it. There it goes. So I caught that on this bait right here. This is the 6 cents. It's called a flow glider. Pretty cool little medium-sized swim bait. This thing's probably 4 or 5 inches long. Comes stock with heavy-duty KVD hooks. That fish, this water's pretty cold. He didn't fight very hard, even though I'm using this thinner, kind of medium crankbait rod instead of a heavy swim bait rod. But cool little bait. Not very much movement on the tail. Pretty tight wobble. It just kind of darts back and forth. I'm using a snap on it, which it didn't come with a snap, but a little bit lighter line. Definitely need to use a snap. Gives it better action and lighter line. But cool bait. I really like this thing. Really lifelike. Eyeballs finish on it. Cool. So far so good.